Good evening, everyone. My name is Justin, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a variation of a pulled pork sandwich. But we're not going to be using pork today. We're not going to be using any type of meat product. We're going to be actually using jackfruit. Jackfruit to make pulled pork sandwiches. You guys will be amazed what you can do with jackfruit, because jackfruit, they call it the jack of all fruits, because there's limitless things you can do with the fruit. But today I'm going to be using a green jackfruit. It's not the same as the ones that come from the original fruit. It's not ripened yet. It's kind of a still premature part of the jackfruit. So it's more of a whitish green color. If you get it yellow, that's the wrong type of jackfruit that you're going to be using. Jackfruit's actually, it's a fruit. Usually it grows in like tropical areas. It looks like a spiky watermelon, but they can grow to very large sizes. Especially where my family comes from in the Philippines, we have a lot of jackfruit that they use. So jackfruit, you can usually find it in the Oriental stores. Not too much in the grocery stores, but in the Oriental stores you could use it. You can find it there. But it is very, very versatile. You can use it, especially if those people are trying to, wean off of meat. You can use jackfruit as a substitute. All right. So I'm going to be teaching you guys that, and you guys are going to be tasting it after I show you guys how to make it. So for this recipe, it calls for two 20-ounce cans of green jackfruit in water. You usually don't want it in the syrup or any type of syrup, because that gives it a different type of flavor. We want it in water, so we have a kind of, it's almost the jackfruit doesn't have any taste when it's in water. So we can actually put different things, and we can make it taste almost like a barbecued pulled pork sandwich. So especially in the summertime, especially like the times that it's hot right now, especially if you don't eat meat, you might be craving that barbecue taste. You want some barbecue for the summertime. So you can make this. So we need 2 ounces of young green jackfruit in water, half a cup of barbecue seasoning. If anybody does anybody barbecue here? Barbecue is going to be the exact same way that you barbecue meat. We're going to make a rub, and we're going to put it on the jackfruit, and then we're going to cook the jackfruit, and then we're going to put some barbecue sauce on it. The exact same way how you would make regular barbecue, but we're using jackfruit. So our rub is going to contain some brown sugar, but I'm not going to be using regular brown sugar today. I'm going to be actually using, it's called turbinado cane sugar. It's actually it's from the cane. It's a cane sugar, but it's not refined like the ones you find in the stores. It's more of a pure cane sugar. So we'll be using that. We have paprika. We have chili powder, garlic powder. I'm going to be using the Himalayan pink salt instead of just regular table salt, and just some black pepper. Then I have some organic barbecue sauce that we'll be using for the sauce. All right. So jackfruit, what does it look like? It actually looks like this. If you get it from the can, it looks like a triangle. But we don't want the hard part of it, so we cut off that hard part of the jackfruit, because when we're making the pulled pork, we don't want a hard hard substance in there. We want it all soft to bite into. So we cut off the hard part. You could actually feel the hard part and just cut that part off. Okay, so we're going to be using the fiber parts on the jackfruit. So I've got that cut up. I'm going to put it in a bowl. And then I already made my rub. I talked about the different things that we put in the rub. I already pre-made it. And all we're going to do is the exact same thing as you would do with regular barbecue. We're going to put it on, and we're going to massage it into the jackfruit. So I'll put it in there. And we're going to massage it in, make sure it gets all coated, just like regular barbecue would. So we'll get it all over the place.
And a lot of people don't realize that when you're barbecuing meat, the meat itself doesn't have any flavor. It's all these seasonings that you put into it. So if you take a piece of jackfruit, or if you take a piece of tofu or anything like that, and you just add the same seasonings that you would to a regular piece of meat, it will taste the same, or even better, because you'll know it's good for your body.
Yeah. All right, so I have my jackfruit, my rub all on the jackfruit. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna fry it a little bit. I want to get the spices and all the rub onto the jackfruit so it has that good taste. Okay, so I'm just gonna fry it with a little bit of olive oil. All right, the pan's hot, so I'm just gonna dump it in. And gonna fry it. So we'll just mix it around, make sure it's getting coated with all that rub, that nice spices, so we get a good flavor on our barbecue. So after a couple minutes of frying it and just mixing it around, we're gonna add our barbecue sauce. But our barbecue sauce, we don't want to just put in the barbecue sauce right by itself. We want to kind of water it down. We want to kind of make a sauce inside in our pot, and then as we heat it up, the water will evaporate and it'll get thicker, and the barbecue will start to stick on it. But let me tell you some stuff about jackfruit. Jackfruit, I said it's the jack of all fruits. It has a lot of good nutritious principles on it. It's good for carbohydrates, good for antioxidants, good for potassium. If you guys have low potassium, jackfruit's really good for you. So jackfruit is a really versatile fruit that you could use when cooking. You know, a lot of people use a lot of tofu these days, but you know, you could use jackfruit instead, and it has a lot more. It's a fruit. It is a fruit.
Is it in cans that you buy it, or is it?
Yeah, it's in can with water. It will have water. Yeah. Yeah, you can also buy it from. Yeah, but make sure, remember, it's green jackfruit, okay? Green jackfruit. Green jackfruit. So we have it. I have it, the rub all nice and kind of cooked into the jackfruit.
You show what it looks like? This is what it looks like.
All right. So we're just gonna add our barbecue sauce also, okay? But I'm gonna water it down. So I'm gonna add some barbecue sauce. I want to water it down with some water. Make sure you don't make it too watery that your barbecue sauce loses its flavor. So make sure it has a good consistency. So our barbecue sauce, that should be about good right there. So we'll just add it to our pot. Actually, I can make a little bit more. You want to make it, it'll look like a little stew with a barbecue sauce added to it. And as we make that, there we go. We'll just let it simmer for a couple minutes and just stir it around. Once you add the barbecue sauce and you're heating it and it's starting to simmer, the fiber starts to soften, and then that's when we can make it actually look like pulled pork or you know, pulled type of meat. Okay, so let's kind of heat this up a little bit. So, go ahead.
And so this dish is full of fiber, and fiber is probably one of the most important things at preventing chronic disease because it keeps our bodies clean. When we start to get that buildup, that's when we start to get the toxins building up in our body. So this dish is going to be so full of fiber that it's going to actually help to prevent disease, and also because this is also cholesterol free and good for your heart, it's going to just help keep your body running, keep you full of energy, and keep your body healthy, which is what we want.
I did some research on jackfruit also, you know, just to see what else it can benefit, how it can benefit us. It says it helps fight wrinkles. Eating jackfruit, hey, you know it. Eating jackfruit. Alright. Yeah. hopefully it can help reverse it.
Yeah, hopefully.
So also helps with your skin, helps with hair growth. Also gives you a lot of more energy. I guess the glycemic index, it releases the sugars not as fast as the different things that we eat today. It also says that it's good for people with diabetes because it doesn't release that sugar so fast also.
So then you don't get that spike in the blood sugar.
Yep. All right, so we have it simmering, and I'm gonna just chop it up. This is how I do it. All I do is kind of stab at it just to make the pulled pork look.
Oh, it's breaking up so nicely.
So we'll break it up, and I will show you guys what it looks like once. So I'll take a couple stabs at it. And then also, you could also make your own type of variation. You could make your own barbecue sauce. You could add coleslaw to it. You can add, some people could put, do you guys know what daya is? Daya is actually a cheese alternative. You could add that. You can make it in so many ways, however to your liking. But today, I'm just gonna give it to you guys just the way how I cooked it today. Just so you guys can see how good jackfruit could be when you use it to make this barbecue variation. So we have it cooking, but you can kind of see how the fibers are breaking up, and it looks like it actually looks like kind of like meat at this time. So as they pass it out, you guys can taste and see what it's like. Yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah.
Can you throw some more veggies in here?
Yeah, you could add veggies to it, maybe peppers or onions.
Ooh. Some grilled onions would be really good. Grilled onions and bell peppers. Any other questions?
And this is just...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any place that you can get the fresh coal, I understand it grows like 3 foot and 20 inches wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge. They can be like about this big, but I understand we don't want to get that one for this. We don't want to use the right one for this meal. Now the right one is great to eat just as a snack. It's a really delicious fruit. But for this particular recipe, you want the unripe jackfruit.
Yeah. So how do you guys kind of taste?
Like it?
Tastes like pulled pork? Almost tastes like meat.
It's hard to believe.
So I hope you guys enjoy the pulled pork sandwich. Jackfruit.
It doesn't taste like fruit? Yeah, it really picks up the flavors really well. So anytime you're making something in place of barbecue, you want to marinate it just like you would barbecue. A lot of mistakes that people do is when they try to switch plant-based, they'll just kind of throw on some seasonings and then eat it directly. But that's not how you eat, when you eat meat. You season it. Sometimes people marinate it overnight. So you want to do the same thing with your fruits and your vegetables, and it'll taste really good. All right, thank you, Justin. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.